Hi, listeners. Jenna here. And I just want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for supporting the podcast and listening to all of my great interviews that I've done so far. I hope to continue bringing you more amazing interviews with people that are right here in our community of Grand Prairie. But to do that, I need your help. If you love what I'm doing and want to see me do more, I want to offer you a chance to support the podcast financially by making a donation to our PayPal account, which is at the Faces of Grand Prairie. It goes to help me with editing software, recording platforms and equipment, and my time so that I can keep bringing you quality interviews with people from around our city. No donation is too small, and all are very much appreciated. Again, that's our PayPal account, which is at Faces of Grand Prairie. Thank you so much in advance, and on to the interview. Hello, listeners, and welcome back to GPISD Seniors Week on the podcast. Today, I'm welcoming Coltrane Lins. Coltrane is a senior at Grand Prairie High School. He's a member of show choir and has been involved in scouting since he was little. He talks to me today about what he's missing the most during this shelter in place and what he and his friends have been doing to keep busy and keep connected while being at home. Enjoy! Okay, well, hello, Faces of Grand Prairie podcast. This is Jenna Pecor, and I am here today with another senior for GPSD Seniors Week. This is Coltrane Lins. Hi, Coltrane. How are you?
Hello. I'm doing just fine.
So tell us, what school are you going to?
I'm a member of the Grand Prairie High School.
Oh, so you are a gopher.
Yes, ma'am.
My parents were both gophers. I was a warrior, but my parents were both gophers. So, so tell us just a little bit about what have you done in high school? What are some things that you've been involved in?
For the most part, choir has been a big part of my high school career.
Choir?
Yes, ma'am.
Fellow choir person here with you.
All right.
You guys have an awesome choir. A few of the people have come around, and I'm a real estate agent, and they've performed at some of the realtor events. So are you just in regular choir? Or are you show choir? What do you do?
I'm a part of the show choir there, yes.
Oh, that's so fun. So you guys didn't get to go to UIL.
Yeah, that's a shame.
That is a shame. Yeah, my stepdaughter, she is in choir as well, and she was talking to me about that. And I didn't even think about UIL being a part of that. But have you gotten to participate in other years?
Yes, I have.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So besides choir, what else are you involved in?
As far as when it comes to school things, there's not much. Just a few clubs here and there. Dungeons and Dragons mainly.
Oh my gosh, I've always wanted to learn how to play Dungeons and Dragons. It's actually on my list.
It's a lot of fun when you have the right people.
Oh, I can imagine. There's so a friend of mine goes to conventions where they do a bunch of, and I don't even know if it's only Dungeons and Dragons or if it's, because there's so many different games right now that you can participate in like that. But your mom also was telling me that you have done Boy Scouts and stuff around here.
Yeah. Scouting has been a huge part of my entire life.
Wow. So when did you start? How old were you?
However old I was in first grade.
So all your entire, wow. Yeah. So what level are you at now?
I am an Eagle Scout currently.
An Eagle Scout. And do you plan on continuing it after you get out of high school?
I do plan on continuing as part of the Sky movement, yes.
That's fantastic. So when was the last time that you guys got to go do anything together?
Early March.
Okay.
Yeah, early March.
Wow. Did y'all have anything planned that you're missing at the moment for Boy Scouts?
This is normally when we have tons of things planned, so unfortunately all of this season.
Yeah. I know. It's just, this whole thing is just nuts. I just can't believe it. What are they telling you guys as far as are they giving y'all any idea of when y'all are going to do graduation, or is it just kind of, no?
As far as I have no idea, honestly.
Nothing. Yeah, I know. It's just, I just keep hearing, well, we're going to try this or we're going to try that, but we haven't heard anything.
Nothing's been set in stone yet. So.
Yeah. So how have you been spending your last few weeks?
Doing homework here and there occasionally whenever I get it, but most of the part I've just been talking with some of the people from school and scouts and
Mhm.
just playing games.
Yeah. Are you playing any fun? Like, is there any Dungeons and Dragons or interactive games y'all are doing online?
Yeah, me and a bunch of my friends, we meet up over voice calls and stuff, and we play Dungeons and Dragons and play Minecraft and all that stuff.
Oh my gosh, that's so cool. My daughter's just now starting to get into Minecraft, and I'm kind of looking at it. I have no clue how to do any of that, but we downloaded it, so we'll see.
Yeah, I compared to some of them, I have no idea what's going on.
Well, there's a ton of different ones. I was looking at the apps, and I was like, I thought it was just one game, but there's a bunch of different kinds of Minecraft
Yeah.
that you can do. Um, I'm trying to figure out how to do some of the interactive board games, like to try to get some of those going.
Right.
And then also like trying to do some of the watching parties, but I haven't gotten into any of those yet. Have y'all? No.
I have no idea.
No,
I
like the Netflix
personally,
watching parties and any of those movies.
some of the others might have that I know, but me personally, no.
Yeah, yeah. I did start watching a bunch of movies from my childhood again. I went on a binge watch of all the movies I've seen when I was a kid. So do you have any siblings at home, or is it just you?
It's just me, thankfully.
Just you, thankfully. So
Yeah,
have you had any trouble getting any of your work done? Is that been pretty easy?
it's been easy.
Yeah. Yeah, that's awesome. That's really, really good. And do you guys have like tablets? What do y'all have from school?
Uh, we have iPads from school, but I personally just use the computer that I have personally.
Gotcha. So you haven't had a problem getting online and
I
doing all
I
that?
haven't had any issues.
Yeah. My daughter's an only child too, but then when she was at her dad's, there was two other kids there. So they're all having to share,
Oh,
tablets.
wow.
That's always just tricky. So what do you think, what are you thinking that you are going to miss the most after you graduate from school?
Probably the friends that I made, especially this year.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And where are you going to go after you graduate? Do you know?
At this point, I'm not quite sure.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I was reading an article just before we got on the phone about they're not even sure how college or any of that is going to look at the end of all this. Like
Yeah.
it's just so crazy. You guys, y'all are just having such an interesting end of the year. I just can't believe it's happening like that.
Yeah.
Are you getting to talk to your teachers a lot?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. Do you guys do like Zoom meetings or?
A few of them do. Most of them just keep up with like emails and such.
That's
Whenever I have questions.
good. That's good. What about your choir director?
Uh, it's been the same thing where it's
Yeah.
mostly been emails and text messages.
So have y'all talked about doing any of those like choir where you all videotape yourself singing and
If
do you
they
know
have,
what I'm talking about?
I know what you're talking about. Yeah. If they have, I haven't heard anything. So
Man, yeah, some of those are pretty intricate. I don't know how they do them, but then I saw one that had a mariachi high school band. I thought that was really cool. But um, so your friends and you guys have been doing Zoom, at least staying together, trying to see each other's faces.
as far as our friends, we mostly keep together using Discord. So
What is that?
it's similar to Zoom, but it's more where you can just make entire servers of people and use text mostly.
Really?
hmm
So do you do it on your phone or do you have to do it through a computer?
You can do it through either one.
Wow. So you can have a bunch of people that are already on, like all connected already, right? Yeah. And that's neat. And it's all video conferencing as well?
It's voice, video, text, all that.
I gotcha. That's awesome. That's so neat. So has your mom, I think, has been working, right? Have your parents both been working out of the house?
My mom hasn't been working too much recently because she works in scouting, like officially, but there's not much scouting going on.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, my dad's been real busy with his work, despite being outdoor movies and people not really having many events to do movies at.
Right.
But people are scheduling for when this whole thing's over, so he's been busy with that.
Okay. So your mom has been doing scouts with you. That's awesome.
Well, they both have.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's really cool. That's, like I tried to get my daughter into Girl Scouts, and Girl Scouts and Boy Scouts are two completely different things.
Yeah.
It's, I think that she would have probably enjoyed doing Boy Scouts more than she did Girl Scouts. Girl Scouts is more crafts and stuff, and Boy Scouts.
Boy Scouts is the more like outdoorsy survival type stuff.
Right.
But they do allow girls in scouting now.
Yeah, they do. They do.
Yeah.
I thought about looking into that for her. I thought she would really just have a good time. She likes to camp and do a bunch of that kind of stuff. So, and there's a lot of moms that I know that were really involved in Boy Scouts with their sons, and I just thought it's just such a neat thing. And there's a friend that I know that he does a Boy Scout troop on the south side of town, on the south side of Grand Prairie. And then there was another friend of mine who he was in the Eagle Scouts, like he worked for the corporate office, and they just ended up moving to Kansas. But he did a lot of events around the country and would go and do all kinds of stuff. There's my daughter. So if you, are y'all planning on, after all this is done, what are your friends and you guys planning on doing?
Probably camping, because we're all involved in scouting for the most part.
And it's been so beautiful. It'd be a beautiful weekend to have gone camping this last weekend.
Yeah, every weekend recently, every day recently, it's just been real great camping weather.
It sure has. We were just outside just a second ago, and it just felt so nice. I hope that by the time this is all said and done, it's not too hot. And you guys can go enjoy yourself.
Yeah.
So, and are y'all planning on maybe getting together with some, I just really hope that you guys can get together and at least do one last choir performance or something like that.
I'm hoping we can do something like that as well, but I'm not too sure what's going to happen, honestly.
We're just all going day by day, but, well, I just am so glad that you came on with me, and we're just all thinking about you guys, and hopefully after we all get done with this, a lot of our members of our community can get together. We were talking about doing some kind of big event after everything is said and done, and getting you guys maybe some kind of a prom or something. Right. Get together. So, but if you had anything to tell people that you're graduating with, what kind of message would you send to them right now?
Simply, things may seem pretty bad, but there's always people out there, so don't be afraid to reach out and talk to others.
That's very true. Very, very true. Well, Coltrane, thank you so much for being on with me today.
Of course.
I'm so glad, and I would actually love to learn more about Dungeons and Dragons. I'll tell you this, one of my favorite TV shows is Parks and Rec, and I don't know if you ever watch Parks and Rec, but one of the main characters in that show is really into Dungeons and Dragons, and he created another game called Cones of Dunshire, which is completely fake. It's not a real game. Right. And he created this whole thing. And ever since I saw that show, I was always like, I just really think that would be such an interesting thing to become a part of. So, right. But anyway, well, you have a wonderful afternoon, and hang in there. Hopefully we'll be done with all this soon.
Yeah. Thank you. You do too.
All right. Talk to you later. Bye.